I am not even done my first lap, and I've got a short box of books already. So I know I'll be doing a video, so let's talk about it. Alright, well, I will say today was a decent day at the flea market. I don't usually build a short box of comics, but I pretty much have a full short box of books I bought off of different dealers. And almost everything I bought was pretty much 50 cents a piece, or less, because I was doing bundle deals. But for the most part, this is all like $1.50 stuff. Maybe like a $2 book here and there, but for the most part, I'm just going to cost average it all at like 50 cents a pop. So maybe even less, honestly. So I guess we'll jump right into it. I got it broken up by dealers. I might not go through every book. Not all of these are of major significance, but some of them are pretty cool. So of course, Kingdom Come #1, I believe, right? Yeah, it's #1. Yeah. I mean, for 50 cents, let's go for minor first, but it's just first issue in an iconic run. And it's a set that you can always build and sell for like $40, and it's only 4 issues. So if you ever see the issues out there, as long as they're not like beat to hell, but sometimes even if they are, you can still get $20-$30 for the set if they're beat up. And if you buy them for $1 or less a piece, why not? This X-Men Phoenix is always good to pick up when you see it cheap. It's another like easy run to put together. I don't think it goes for too much now. It used to. And then there was a small stack of Fathom 1s that we're trying to escape the glare here. But of course, there we go. Kind of prop it up against the box there. So I got a couple Fathom 1s, different covers. Some Turners, some... I don't think all of them are Turner. I don't really take a good look. I just saw that they were all in high grade and snatched them right up. I'm still looking for the preview issue of that. And then another Michael Turner Superman issue. Keeping with the Turner stuff. And then the sketch variant of that. Usually Action Comics is all over the 50-cent bins and the dollar bins, and there's a handful of issues to keep an eye out for. And I think I found most of them from that era. The iconic Joker cover, that's always one to keep an eye out for. And then some of these I bought like to read or to thumb through or whatever. Some of these I've read before, some of these I've just never read. So the ones that caught my eye, especially the ones with Deadman or whatever, I picked up just because why not? Something to flip through this classic cover there. Some of the Wild Dog issues are always fun. The Demon caught my eye. I can't remember if I had that one, but this is part 1, I believe. I think it's part 1 of 2. Might be part 2, but I think it's part 1 of 2 of the issue where Superman and Big Barn make a sex tape because the alien Sleaze mind controls them. So that exists. It's a real book. It's for 50 cents. I picked it up all day. Once I guess some of these aren't of any real importance. They were just cool books, caught my eye, and I was in a stack building kind of mood, and they were all high grades. First appearance of, I want to call her Shriek, but I think she's Silver Banshee is her name. See on the cover? Yeah, Silver Banshee. So that's cool, first appearance, 50 cents. Also boosted gold issue. Here's the other part of the Sleaze story. And then, first appearance of Checkmate. That's a nice little book. That's a nice key. And also, on the cover, they misspelled Metropolis. Funny enough. But that's a nice little first appearance to pick up for 50 cents. Why not? 2 for $1? Okay. And then some Hardware 1s. I got one in the poly bag, and there is another one. There it is. There's the other Hardware 1. And then, I normally wouldn't buy these, but I've been trying... I have the issue 0, and I couldn't find the rest of them. I'm sure I do have them somewhere, but I've been wanting to reread this series. So 0 Hour or Crisis in Time 1 to 4. I already have the 0 issue, so I could finally flip through these. And it's whatever for $2 to have the rest of the story in my hand today. Whatever, I guess that's fine. And then some Tomb Raider #1s from Image and Top Cow. These are always good to pick up. This one had a little nick up here, nick on the back cover, but I figured I'd roll the dice on it. Then we have issues 2 through 6 of Darkman from that Marvel run. I did it. The #1 was there. It was in a different box, weirdly enough. I probably should have picked it up, but I have, I think, 2 or 3 copies of it already. So I wasn't that worried about grabbing it. But I don't have any of the other issues. So I think that's the full run. I don't think it went longer than 6. I got Crow City Angels, number 2. And then the Brandon Lee photo cover, City Angels number 2. And then there was a stack of Adam Hughes Catwomans. So for that cheap, I have to pick them up. I mean, I have to. You know what I mean? I couldn't leave those behind. Some of these I might keep. Some of them I might throw in my bins to resell. I'm not going to keep everything I bought here. Some of the stuff I do, if I find some good deals that I don't necessarily want, I'll pick up and resell them to basically get my costs back and try and... I'm not trying... I'm usually like, look, if I can make money, of course I will. But for the most part, I'm just trying to get the money back that I spent, kind of, and pass some good deals along. So, and then, of course, this awesome Catwoman Joker cover with her throat slit there. That's a classic one. So, I'll probably sell most of those users because I don't think I need them. There's a couple trades. A Future Perfect number 1, first appearance of Maestro. So, I'll take that for 50 cents all day. The New Warriors, The Beginnings. It's just, I wanted to thumb through it. I've read this before, I'm sure. What issues is this? The first appearances in the first 4 issues, I'm sure I've definitely read all of those, but I want to thumb through it. And then it's always good to pick up the Turtle trade. Some of these actually low prints, but, from Mirage. So, I figured, why not? And then, if some of this was, just randomly caught my eye, I always pick up the PC books when I see them. DC Comics Annual. Number 1, this is, I want to say first appearance of Alex Luthor, but I might be wrong on that. I know there's something to this book. I think it's first appearance of Alex Luthor, I'm pretty sure. And that's a random Spectacular Spider-Man issue. Was it, I think, Humbug on the cover? I think that's Humbug. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Humbug. There's a couple, Fly characters that always kind of get mixed up. Spawn Batman for 50 cents. Always pick that up. Superboy number 0. It's a little, I guess it's a minor key. The Ra's al Ghul. With the Saga Ra's al Ghul, number 1. I picked the number 3. I think there's only 6 issues of this, and I'm a big Neil Adams guy. The Chronicle series with this awesome Spider-Man cover and this even better back cover. I mean, I might just display this backwards because that is stellar. I'm actually gonna put that on my wall. That's awesome. The Crow Dead Sign number 2 from Kitchen Sink Comics. Defenders number 49. I can't remember. This cover looks very familiar to me. I can't remember if it's just because I think we just got one in at work. That might have been why. But 50 cents, I always take Defenders issues. And there might be some news too, but I don't think there is offhand. Stray Bullets, number 3. Early Stray Bullets. Ready to be number 3, signed by Dan Slott. So, why not? Little Dan Slott signature. Is it real? Who knows? I mean, who's out there faking Dan Slott signatures? But I'm not sending to CBCS or anything like that. Weird Western Tales, number 50, with a Scalp Hunter. G.I. Joe 147 with the Star Brigade. That's an era of G.I. Joe that people try and forget. Then we've got Dark Horse Presents number 36. The infamous AVP issue, of course. Then we got Jason's Quest number 88. But actually, no, I'm sorry. This is Showcase number 88, not Jason's Quest. So that's cool. That's just got to get refolded over there. RoboCop number 1. Not technically first RoboCop, but technically, if you want to call it first RoboCop, he's his first time in a comic instead of a magazine comic. Round number 15, which I needed for my run. I think I'm 11 issues away from finishing that now. Batman 440 or 450. It's a classic Joker cover. I always pick those. So those are always, good $5-10. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah, this is another one I probably put a couple bucks on and pass along to someone who's looking for it. 7 Samuroid. Number 1. This caught my eyes. I'm not ultra familiar with Image International. And it's actually just now dawning on me that that's a back cover. And that's why I don't know what it is. So I picked up this Greylore, number 1 of 6 from Cirrus Comics. Sure. I have it now. Will I read it? Maybe. Detective Comics number 608, first appearance of Anarchy. It's a cool little minor key for Detective. X-Files number 1, first appearance of, the X-Files cast and all that. Excuse my dogs. The Rocketeer official adaptation number 1 with that awesome Dave Stevens cover. Sure, why not 50 cents? Anyway, so Dave Stevens Rocketeer cover. I always picked up for 50 cents. And then another 2 issues of this random PC series that I've never read, but caught my eye and for, you know, as cheap as they were, I was in like an impulse mood today. I bought some stuff I wouldn't normally pick up, but who cares? Who cares? I always, look, if I wanted to sell them, I always throw them at $1 but technically make money. But for you know, some of this is stuff I'll read and maybe get rid of, like some of these Spirit issues. I love the kitchen sink reprints, so I might keep those just because it's an early kitchen sink book. But like stuff like that, like I might read once and then pass on to the next guy. Strange Worlds, Classic Tales of Science Fiction. This is awesome. I assume this is reprints of pre-code horror books or pre-code sci-fi books. But I got to do some more research on that. Yeah, I assume so, but I don't know. I'm gonna read it, that's for sure. Strange Days #3 by Eclipse Comics. Strange book. Secret Origins of Superheroes, 1978. I believe this is like origin of Light Ray or maybe Black Canary. Ooh, I can't remember. This is a cool little book. You know. Simpsons #1, first appearance of the Simpsons family. And Spirit #64. Swamp Thing 124. It's always going to pick up those Swamp Thing issues. Spirit 73. Neil Adams Skateman is it #1? Yeah, #1. I always pick up Neil Adams stuff. Because it's just, why not? She-Hulk 38. It's just, it was I-graded. It was, you know, buying a book I wanted, and I just kind of threw it in my stack anyway. Just because, She-Hulk book for 50s. It's probably something I'm just going to, like, throw in my dollar bins or something. I don't know. I don't know why I bought that one. Screaming Masks, a sketchbook and compilation volume. This one caught my eye. I was flipping through it, and there's some crazy artwork in there. So, I rolled the dice. So, Spirit #72. Cool kitchen sink books. Web Spider-Man 52. A run filler there. Supervillain Team Up #8. There was 2 copies in there. And for, what's it, 30-cent book for 50 cents. Sure, I'll pay just over cover price for that. And why not? Guardians of the Galaxy annual number, is this #1? Yeah, #1, 1991. So, I think that's like Origin of Korvac or something random like that. And then Golden Age Greats Thrilling Science Fiction, edited by Bill Black. Check that out. That's awesome. So, I know this is Golden Age reprints of sci-fi stories. And, yeah, I don't even care that it, like, the book's a little warped. Who cares? For 50 cents, I could read some Golden Age stories. Why the hell not? Rima the Jungle Girl, #1. There's 2 copies of this. I only grabbed 1. Probably could have grabbed both. Another copy of that RoboCop #1. Green Lantern #161. Early Mega Man, I guess. Nightbreed #21. As I work on that run. Blue Devil #4. Just kind of, I wanted to, this is off of one dealer, and I wanted this Warlord annual #3. And, and they were 50 cents, and I didn't think he had, like, quarters to break change, so I just grabbed the Blue Devil. Just because, you know, it's a cool book. Network of Power. This is the General Electric, like, giveaway handout book. And I picked this up because it caught my eye. It's from 53, which is cool. And I'm flipping through it, and I'm thinking, like, this artwork looks familiar. And when I got to this, that panel there reminds me of Jack Davis. So I don't know if this is Jack Davis, or am I thinking Jack Kamen? I think I'm thinking Jack Davis, though. So I think this is Jack Davis work. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I actually don't know, because I don't think it credits anybody on the book, because why would they? And I didn't see anything when I looked it up initially, so, but I was going to roll the dice. This is awesome. So, that's a cool book. It's getting back to boarded. All this stuff is getting back boarded. One Fisted Tales is like an adult sci-fi book, but it had that rocket cover on it too, which is a classic cover. Of course, it's not a rocket, you know, because it's an adult book. So, I don't know. Caught my eye. New Gods, #8. I mean, it's not a high-grade copy, but it's not a low-grade copy neither. So, I'll take that all day. Knight Rider #3 is a low-grade copy, but who cares? Just gonna read it. I always love the Knight Rider stories. Nova #9. Nice run filler there. And Nova #8. I think that's first appearance of a villain. Pretty sure number 15. I always love that cover. Pathways to Fantasy by PC Comics, number 1. This is... I love this cover. I feel like I know who did this cover, but it's not coming to mind. But that's awesome. You know. Phantom Stranger, number 21. I always take 20 centers. Especially Phantom Stranger. And is that... I don't know. That's awesome. It's a great cover. That is a great cover. Infinity Inc., number 17. First appearance of Mr. Bones' supervillain team. Then we got also Infinity Inc. number 16. First appearance of Mr. Bones. So, that's a cool book for 50 cents. I'll do that all day. Justice League of America, Annual number 2. First appearance of Justice League Detroit. First appearance of like Vibe and all them. But it's also first appearance of the team, of course. So this is an awesome book to pick up. I always see that whenever I find those for like $2 or less, I grab them. And then to knock it all off, the Zombie with an X, number 1. This is the platinum variant. We all know Milestone is coming. James Gunn talked about doing static and hardware and stuff like that. And you know, hey, this is one of the ones that always kind of gets forgotten from that Milestone lineup. This. I'm blanking on the name. Blood Syndicate. They always kind of get forgotten. And then there's like 3 other series that nobody ever talks about, and they're low print runs. You don't see them all the time, so they're worth keeping an eye out for when you're out in the bins hunting. But overall, not too shabby. That is the bulk of the comics there. Ran through real quick. I also picked up some of these like TV times in the 70s just because that Lou Ferrigno whole cover's awesome. And it's just, why not? Pick that up for the Old Man, $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman. And then this Super Monsters book and Great Monsters book I'll thumb through. Maybe use as reference for some videos. I don't know if it's like actually anything I'd be super interested in. It's probably all knowledge I already have or no. It's all probably like, stuff about, I don't know. I mean, stuff about the Golem. That's cool. I wonder if it goes into detail about the Golem and stuff like that. Or if it's just like pointing out like that Phantom of the Opera exists or anything. I don't know. Call my eyes. I figure why not. Something like this. Do I probably know all this? Maybe. But, open it up and there's a picture of Rodan. So that's good enough for me. So I figured, why not? While I was out there, picked up some other cool stuff. Some gifts for people and stuff like that. And, of course, the buy of the week. I picked up a Mr. Miracle number 1. Sadly, I didn't pay 50 cents for that, but I'll put it on the thumbnail anyway, just to click on the video. I gotta get the view somehow, Get a little clicks. But anyway, it's an awesome book. I love Mr. Miracle. I always love the New Gods. I think they get a bad rap. I think it's not one of Jack Kirby's finest, but I think it's a great collection of stories by Jack Kirby between New Gods, Mr. Miracle, the Forever People, all those stories are great. So I always pick them up when I see them. I got a good chunk of the New Gods series down. I'm working on Mr. Miracle. I don't want the relaunch volumes in the 90s. Like I'll take when they continued the New Gods to I think the like 17, 18, 19 I think are all because I think it ends at 16 in the 70s and they pick it back up in the 80s later. If I'm not mistaken, because I believe there's a gap in between them, and then they do like 3 or 4 issues, and then kind of eventually relaunches into the Return of the New Gods, which is a different series. I have some of those. I'm not looking to collect them honestly. I mean, if I stumble into them for cheap enough, I guess I'll pick them up. But I don't know if it's something that I really want for the PC at the moment. Say like the Mr. Miracle run they did in the 90s. I'm not huge on. I haven't read a lot of it, so maybe it is good. And if it is, let me know down in the comments. But right now, I'm just focusing on the original Jack Kirby stuff with Mr. Miracle, the Forever People, and the New Gods. And then whenever I see him pop up in other books, I pick it up. But I'm like, all that Jack Kirby stuff from that era, the Demon and stuff like that. I always try and pick up when I can. You might not see me always picking them up on the hauls and videos like that. I always put everything in the hauls. But, something like the Demon where even the run fillers guys always putting, $10 or more on. So, it's the kind of thing where I'm just holding off until I stumble into them at a better price. Not that I don't think they're worth it. And some issues I will, especially if they're great copies. I'll pick them up for a couple bucks. But it's nothing I'm too worried about picking up today. It's something that I can build in time. And so that's kind of how I look at pretty much everything. There's some books that I think they're a bit of a time bomb on when they're going to go up in value, and sometimes I do think on certain books it's better to buy the book now than to wait till you find it. But a lot of the stuff, you'll see it again and again and again and again, especially if you're building runs. If you're doing an ASM run, you don't got to go out tonight and go buy, your ASM 50s or, will they go up and down? Of course. Books always go up and down. And the market's always, there's a sense of unpredictability to it. So you can't always be banking on buying it. You got to have it today. And you can't always bank it on buying it next year either. You kind of just got to go with the flow and do what feels right. Or at least what you think is right at the time. That's just how I look at it personally. But anyway, I bought a short box of books that I got to go catalog, and I got some reading to do. I got a little bit of homework, so not too bad out in the flea markets today. Overall, hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, make sure you follow me here on Facebook and Instagram. I drop new content here every day. I got like 2 or 3 shorts going up. Usually I try to every day. Either I'm flipping through a book, or I'm flipping through a stack of comics, or maybe I'm talking about new news in the industry, or announcements or rumors or stuff like that. I'll do the shorts for that stuff. I used to do a Comics news series, but I turned that over into the shorts feed. And then of course I do the full videos here once to twice a week, always at least once a week. Upcoming, I probably have my Boston video might come out before this because I have some hauls that I'm like backlogged. So the Boston haul is probably coming out before this, I'd have to assume. Probably gonna back this one for a little while. But, either way, I'm still posting on Instagram throughout the week, posting on Facebook throughout the week. I do a series called Tales of the Hunt, where I talk about actually going out and hunting for the stuff, people I ran into, stuff I didn't buy, stories I have, stuff like that. Stuff that isn't necessarily like just the books, like kind of the haul videos are more just about the books. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you go down and click on the link for all 3 of those. Facebook group Fandoms Unleashed, where you see an inside look at comics. I have your own discussions, bring up, books that you bought, books that you read, movies, video games, whatever. Post in there every single day, not only for myself, but from other people. So all that's linked down in the description. Until next time, peace.